we are going to have Deb McGregor, one of our consultants, speak to the idea of what can you be doing now in the context of business development, business strategy, marketing strategy in order to help your business remain very, as robust as possible during this particular time of crisis. So the idea is that Deb McGregor, our marketing consultant from the West Central Minnesota, she also works with the Northwest Minnesota SBDC, is going to walk you through some of the things that can help you thrive better within your business right now in this time of crisis. And with that said, I'm going to introduce Deb. Deb, how are you?
All right, thanks everybody, and thanks Matt. And I just want to say thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. And I know we're going to spend about 10 minutes together. I'm going to give you just some real solid things that you can take away and hopefully find some gold nuggets for your business. And I want to let you know that I'm not just speaking to you as a marketing consultant. I'm also speaking to you as a business owner. I also own 2 businesses myself. So I understand where you are at right now, not just from the marketing perspective, but also as a small business owner. So I'm in the trenches with you. So I hope what I share today can be beneficial to you. So I don't know about you, but the first thing that happened to me when I heard the news was I started going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm feeling overwhelmed. And Amy, you can go ahead and drop us to the feeling of being overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm overwhelmed. What am I going to do next? It's like, of course, I wasn't biting my nails because we're not supposed to be touching our hands right now, right? But that emotion right there was that first emotion that I had. But it didn't take long for me to go, wait a minute, I'm an entrepreneur and I know that I can choose to look for something else. We might feel a little bit like we're in some tall grass right now, but if we get some binoculars on and we take a bigger picture view right now and we take a little snapshot of what's going on, we can get to where we want to be. So here's what we're going to cover in 10 minutes. We are going to look at what do you need to be looking at in your plan right now? How should you be connecting and engaging with your audience? How can you collaborate right now? How can you be creative? And what can you do to be flexible and adapt right now? Because the businesses that are making it through this time period are probably doing some of the most flexible and adaptable things I have probably ever seen since doing this type of work. So let's talk a little bit about why it's important to make a plan. Well, the first thing is that plan is going to bridge you from where you are now to where you want to be. The other thing a plan does is it allows your brain to focus. One of the challenges we have when we get to that chaos and overwhelm is that it's actually difficult for us to focus. But the minute we start to get into a plan, the brain can focus and we can actually start moving forward. So let's get a snapshot of where you are now. The first thing that I hope you've got a pen and paper there. What I want you to jot down right now is what's working for your business right now. Then I want you to just go, give me a little more time, Amy. Then what I want you to do is I want you to jot down what's not working in your business right now. Then I want you to jot down what are you seeing as the opportunities? Because there is a gift in everything. I know it's hard to see sometimes in the moment, but there is always a gift when we can change the framework that we are choosing to view it with. So what are some of those opportunities that you might be seeing right now? And what do you actually need to choose to let go of right now? I know that I had just been working with some businesses on these like massive, amazing plans, and they were literally set to probably be launching about right now. Well, guess what? They had to let go of that and choose to look at what is a new opportunity now. It doesn't mean they may never get to what they were going to launch, but for the moment they can let that go and we can get back to that. So make sure that you're asking yourselves those 4 questions. What's working? What isn't working? Where are the opportunities? And what do I need to let go of? The next piece in this is that you've got to be connecting and engaging with your customers right now. Now, it may seem difficult because it can be a little over me. You're just going, how am I going to pay everybody? How am I going to get all this stuff done? Please do not forget about connecting and engaging with your audience. Now, this can look different depending on what kind of an audience you serve. We've got clients that are, say, for example, massage therapists. They're not in their working environments right now. Well, what some of them are doing is they're picking up the phone and they're checking in with their clients each and every week. They want to stay in front of in front of that client. They might be making videos on how to do some great stretching right now that they can send right to that client. They are connecting with them. You also might want to make sure that you are engaging with people. I'm working with a lodge right now. Well, obviously people are like, I don't even know if I should be making reservations. They're doing engagement posts. They're getting people thinking about, what does summer look like? What are some of your favorite memories? Ways to bring in and be engaging that audience. It is so important right now. Look at what the type of business you do is, and look at what the best way is for you to connect and engage. The biggest thing you don't want to be doing right now is hiding in a corner. Because if you start hiding in the corner, those people that are connecting and engaging are going to be the people that, as we come out of this and we keep moving forward, that's who people are going to remember, are the people that are doing that connecting and engagement work. And then what we want to do is make sure that we're collaborating with other people. I have seen beautiful examples of this with small businesses coming together. I mean, there is nothing like that entrepreneurial spirit, the perseverance that we have, that determination we have. One of the best examples of this, we've got a restaurant. So one of the things they obviously did right was start doing takeout, curbside, all of these new things that we're seeing. But they didn't stop there. They saw that there were some businesses struggling in the community, and they said, you know what? That candy store down the street that nobody's going into right now, we'll have them box up the candy. We'll have it available here so that when people order curbside, we'll say, hey, would you like a box of candy with that? We've got candy from the person down the street. They also started carrying bags of coffee from one of the local coffee distributor folks. And so all of a sudden, it wasn't just them, it was the coffee place, it was the candy place, and it was the restaurant serving people. There's another restaurant out there that started making sure that they were supporting meat from one of the local meat places. They got buns from a local bakery, and voila, it wasn't just one small business. We had 3 small businesses. So these collaborative efforts that are happening right now are so important. I always talk about, look at a circle, grab a circle of people that you know that your business could collaborate with right now. You are stronger together right now, because it's not just about helping to diversify how you're working with the products together. It's about maximizing your exposure. You're not just on your Facebook page, you're on both of your Facebook pages. So make a circle, start identifying in your circle, who are those businesses right now that you can collaborate with and you can solidly move forward together. And I'll tell you what, it's not bad to have what I call a COVID-19 partner right now, which is someone that you can be talking with and working with, because there's a lot going on that people need to process. And when you've got someone who's in your corner as a business, it can make all the difference. So identify those people. One more idea on that. Example, florists right now. What about working with a florist where, hey, if that restaurant is going out, we can bring those flowers with that. Or maybe it's when you come here and purchase XYZ, we've got a small plant. Again, different ways of collaborating that maybe you hadn't thought of before, but you can do it right now. And then what we want to make sure is that we are being creative. I don't know about you, I have seen some of the most creative ideas. I think the most creative one I've seen is a wood business actually came up with what they call a social distancing stick. It is a 6-foot stick that if you get this stick, they've got it all cute and decorated out. Hey, folks, this is what 6 feet looks like. Well, guess what? They're selling like hotcakes. They can't keep them in stock. So think about not only how can you bring your goods and services to people, but what are some products that are starting to emerge. I predicted 2 weeks ago, we're going to see people starting to do all these different kind of styling masks with one with, like a toilet paper mask or something like that. I mean, if you got ideas around toilet paper right now, trust me, you're going to have something right there. Toilet paper socks I've seen starting to emerge already. Like, friends, the people that can be creative in this, look at what it is that you have. I just saw a steel company do some amazing little cool things that they're doing for the frontline people. They created this just because of COVID-19. What can you do that looks creative? If you are a boutique type of place, pull it online. I have seen people doing virtual tours and even offering delivery of furniture that they didn't do before. But ways that you can pull in those online tools, or again, collaborate with someone who can help you do the showcasing as well. That's been another amazing thing. So anything that you can start, just get that mind going. And sometimes it helps to brainstorm, whether it's with someone from the Small Business Development Center, a good friend, happen. But this is when you want your friend who has what we call ideation, the idea people. This is where you want them involved helping you right now, because like it's amazing. I think I'm going to predict right now, number 19, write that down. People are going to be doing something coming out of this with 19% off, or buy 19 things, get the next one free, or 19, there's going to be, it's 19%, 19 anything because of COVID-19, right? Coming out of this, start thinking about how can your business use that as a bandwagon. Real estate companies right now, they're selling homes with virtual tours right now. It's amazing. You guys would not believe the amount of houses selling right now. But people are going, okay, how can I present this to someone, and how can I be creative in what I'm looking at? And then finally, be flexible and adapt. The people that are really being flexible and adapting right now are really actually finding ways to not only move forward. We've actually got a couple businesses that are hiring people right now because what they did to adapt and be flexible, they are actually finding that they were able to cut their costs, be more productive, and because of they really did some strategic marketing right up front, they're thriving, and they've been able to use those collaborations, and so that all of those businesses that have been involved in that are actually doing even more right now, which is great. And I like to tell people, with being flexible and adaptive, sometimes you need to set the ego aside. Sometimes we've been doing our businesses for so long, it's like, well, I've done it this way, I don't want to change, etc. Well, guess what? I am inviting you to this is the time when maybe it's okay to look at what do I need to do so that not only can we survive during this time, but maybe we can actually come up with some new things, and maybe we can actually come out in a completely different way. I've seen businesses that are literally in the last 7 days completely re-identifying themselves, and there'll probably be an entire new branding strategy with that. And you'll see one of the things that we're seeing right now is unique ways of like delivery, connection that way that we're seeing with people, the mail, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think there's going to be a whole dynamic of how we look at subscriptions, drop shipping, all that kind of stuff. So if you can find ways to adapt to be working with that, or again, partnering with someone who may be able to, like, we've got a friend that is amazing at fulfillment. Guess what, you guys? He can't get enough products in his place right now. So I was able to link him up with 3 other businesses who had the products but didn't have the fulfillment. Guess what he's doing? He's selling all the stuff, running the fulfillment for them, and bing, that one is 4 businesses that are succeeding right now because of that. So the more that you can be looking at ways to work together, the more successful everyone is going to be. So just that recap. I know this has been fast. This has been fast and furious. We went through why you need to have a plan, connecting and engaging, collaborating, being creative, being flexible, and adapting. And if you can do those 5 things right now, you are going to be more successful getting through this. I want you to write down right now 2 things that you got from this little 10-minute presentation, 2 things that you can do right now that will move your business forward and get this marketing strategy into play. Just jot those down, because here's what I'm finding right now for myself in my own businesses. If I try to do more than 2 things at a time, I'm like, oh my goodness. So what I've done is I put some stuff over into what I call my parking lot. I have 2 things that I'm focusing on right now. The other stuff goes in the parking lot. Once those 2 are done, I grab 2 more out of the parking lot, and I'm asking myself constantly, what's important now? And as long as I can keep going on what's important now and pulling that stuff over from my parking lot, I'm doing just fine. It's when I try to look at too much at one time, my brain just goes, So that's why I keep going to that plan in the parking lot, pull 2 things over, and then it's constantly like that. So I wanted to just kind of close this out with a nice, pretty picture for you, which is, to me, I call this the hope picture. And there is light that is shining through. And friends, there is a light out there. We've got a path that we are all on right now. And some of your businesses, you're all at a different place in this path. But I want to keep you focused on the hope. We are going to get through this because we are entrepreneurs. There is nothing like the entrepreneurs. Like, we are the backbone of like the economy. Like, we make it happen, friends. And like I said, I'm in the trenches right with you. I am not going to give up my entrepreneurial spirit. So please keep your eyes focused on that light and the hope. We've heard some great loan options and grant programs that are going to be available. I hope these marketing tips have helped you as well. And I want to encourage you, if you are not following West Central SBDC on Facebook, please make sure that you like us on Facebook. Amy does an incredible job of getting stuff posted up for you. And Twyla also mentioned, please make sure that you're signing up for the West Central Minnesota SBDC newsletter, because we are sending out all kinds of information for you on a regular basis. We have amazing consultants, and I'm not trying to be ego here. I'm just letting you know that we have a lot of background. A lot of us own our own businesses as well. You've got Skip and Bill and Matt helping with the financial parts of it. You've got Shannon and myself helping with the marketing. You've got Amy, who takes care of us and makes sure you have data and information. We are here to help you. It is no cost to you. So if you need to explore your specific needs in the marketing arena, please don't hesitate to reach out. We want to see you succeed. We are in your corner. You've got a friend in us. Boy, that sounds like a Toy Story kind of a song or something all of a sudden. And even Walt Disney's closed down right now. So thank you so much, you guys. I'm going to turn it back over to Matt, and I'll check the chats and see if there's anything I need to respond to as well. Thanks, you guys.
Hey, Deb, can you quick review the three things with the four questions you should ask with the snapshot?
Yeah, absolutely. The first one is, what's working now? What isn't working now? What are the opportunities we see for ourselves? And what can I let go of right now? Oh, I think Matt kind of got it.
Okay, yep. I think Terry got it too.
It's a little bit in the description if you're watching the chat. By the way,
yeah.
you can
save
the chat. There's three little dots at the part of the chat window that you can, in fact, save the entire text if you had that desire. Otherwise, it'll be in the recording, or if you have it in your notes. So that's great. Thank you very much, Deb. Really appreciate it. Overall, the Small Business Development Center, which is who we represent directly, and we thank Twyla for her contributions. Deb is part of our team. We have experts in a variety of disciplines, as Deb said, and we're happy to help and interested in helping and do this kind of work on a regular basis. Unfortunately, we can't read the minds of what the PPP program might be when it's finally documented, but it's supposed to be either tomorrow or in the next few working days for where those details all come to light, and then we'll be consuming them along with you and be able to then try and figure out how we advise and help and steer in order to do that. Remember, your bank will be the front door for the PPP program as we go forward. But that doesn't mean they necessarily have to be the first stop. You can certainly become a client of ours. We will help, sort of give you input and advice as you prepare to go to the lender as well. And we're happy to do that. So this last slide just reminds you of how to get in touch with us. You fill out a registration, which is basically a little profile that says, I'd like to get services from the Small Business Development Center. And that's all we ask of you in order to largely, be involved with us, and we'll assign a consultant to work with you as a primary consultant. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. Hopefully we were able to clarify a lot of issues. If you felt as though we left something undone, feel free to send us an email. I think our email was mentioned in this, but it is West Central Minnesota SBDC. Excuse me, that's not right. I'm going to back up, correct myself. It is SBDC@cord.edu. We are part of the Concordia College Offutt School of Business. They are our host. And so email is sbdc@cord.edu. And happy to have questions, and we'd be happy to get back in touch with you. Y'all have a great day.
Matt, hold it.
Yes.
Before you go. I'm sorry. Several people are private messaging me right now, and I'm not going to be able to answer them fast enough before we go off. I'll just do one quick thing. A lot of you are saying, yes, you want to work on the marketing. So if you are already a client of the West Central SBDC, I can start working with you right away. Not a problem. Just reach out to Amy to get my email address, or it's deb@lifefullofjoy.com. If you are not a client of the West Central Small Business Development Center, please register, and in the notes put that you would like to work on the marketing. And that way we can make sure that you get that. There's no way I'm going to be, I've got several private ones lined up here and I can't do them fast enough before we go offline. So that's all you need to do, friends. And then we can help you out. Shannon and myself work in the marketing specifically, and we can help you.
Thank you very much, Deb.
I would add that you could reach us through email at sbdc@cord.edu, or also call our office number, which is 218-299-3037. Those calls are being forwarded to my cell phone so that I can still continue to answer those calls, and we are happy to answer any questions you have or get you connected to your client, your consultant.
All right, we did not hit an hour and 17, I guess, on my mobile phone. So sorry for going over, but on the other hand, hopefully it was valuable to you. And feel free to reach out to us in any of the ways we mentioned, or refer back to this as we send you the slide deck. The web addresses and things like that will be included, and we're happy to help out. You guys have a great day and stay healthy, safe, and strong during this crisis. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone.